All right. It is Saturday, January 25th, 8:30 a.m. I am much later than I wanted to be working on this morning because I can only work till 12-ish today. So, let's hop in. Let's get some stuff done. I'm also going to be eating a protein bar because I'm hungry. But let's get to it. Last time on stream, we were working on this, which let me save and switch animations real quick. Oh my god. Why is it taking 5 years to save? I swear nothing is working with me this morning. Move to our action editor. Have our animate up. I don't know, this must be like a bug in 4.3, but it doesn't play the proper frames per second until it's played through a couple times. So like this is not an accurate speed. There, now it's 60. It plays faster until it plays through a couple times, even if I say play every frame or sync to audio. I'm not sure why it does that. Regardless, that looks pretty good to me for the animating up. Because we want it to take about 2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds. Right now it's at about 3, which I'm totally fine with. So I have a list of animations that we need. Oh my god. That's a million things. I don't want to accidentally bring up my passwords or anything. Let me close out of some of these notepads that just came up. I don't know why they came up. I didn't have anything open when I restarted. Okay, table animations needed. Here we go. We need an animate up without the left right buttons, an animate down without the left right buttons, an animate down with the discs flipped. That's the little flippy things. An animate down with the discs flipped with no buttons. We need next page with no buttons, next page with discs flipped, next page with discs flipped and no buttons. I think we can combine some of these animations in Unreal Engine, but I'm just going to go ahead and make them because it's easy enough. And I don't want to have to go back and forth between Engine and Blender. So if we just make all of these animations, which is what we're doing today, most of it's copy paste work. If we go ahead and make all of these animations, we should be set. And I also worked on some textures for this. So hopefully by the end of this weekend, we'll be able to get this into Unreal Engine. That's hard. The hell? Yeah, so I got some textures done for this. Sorry, I'm eating. I'm hungry. Sorry, those things are hard to chew, man. Okay, we're gonna call this this table next page. Um, it's gonna try to rename it. So we have a bunch of animations that are from our previous fist table. So we need to get rid of everything else from this file that has nothing to do with this fist table. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this as 12. And then let's go ahead and start deleting things. So under backup, delete all those things. This is file cleanup time. You can delete everything here, I believe. For our reference, we can go and delete all that. We can go ahead and delete everything under the note. So we should no longer need any of this. Everything should have modifiers applied and be unwrapped. Now we can get rid of our start button because there's some animations tied to that. Player platform, I think we're fine on. Just to keep it there for reference. Nope. We can go ahead and start deleting that stuff. We can keep these circles here for reference. And then I think we are... Oh, these empties have actions tied to them. We don't want that. We don't want anything, any other animations in the file other than what we're working on. So now we're going to save. We're going to reopen. And that should vastly cut down on the amount of actions here. So we should have these tied to our old fist table. So I'm just going to select this circle here, and we're just going to go through these actions and unsave them so that they go away when we close and reopen. And next page we want to keep. And then exit out, file, save, file, open recent, reopen it. Now, if we look at our actions, we should just have the two. Cool. So on the next page, we have an animate up. Let's go ahead and clean these up so that everything is framed on the start, on the first and last frames. Not 100% sure that's necessary, but I feel like it helps out in the transition between Blender and the engine. Looking good. It's playing back a little bit fast, and again, I don't know how to fix that. I feel like it's just a bug. Yeah, I don't know how to get it to play at the right frame rate. It just doesn't want to. Oh, also, we got to make sure that everything is tied to the root. So this is our root bone. We need to parent everything to the root. Everything has to be tied back to a root when you're importing to Unreal Engine. So you say you're parented to the root. You're parented to the root. You're parented to the root. Which should now tie everything. Okay. We have our animate up. We have our next page, which we need to go ahead and I'm happy with this, I think. It looks fine to me. And we can always modify and re-import the animations later. It's just going to be nice to have the containers in place. Because adding new animations from a file is difficult. You have to re-import the file, tell it to import the animations, and then tie those animations to the old armature. But if we already have the named animations in place, then we're good to go. So right now, this takes less than a second, which I think is pretty good. Can take it, honestly, have it take even less time. Because we can move the movement back up over some. So we can go to our graph and do Z location. And take these frames. And we don't need this one. We can start these a little bit earlier, like 2 frames or so. Can probably move the rotations over some as well. Which means we don't need any of this nonsense. Because I want it to start rotating while it's moving down. I think that looks better. Can probably get it even further. I don't know when this starts getting affected by other frames. But now we can go back to our Z location. And we can move these. And that feels a lot smoother to me. What we can do, man, that's messy. We can delete every frame other than location, Z location, and Y rotation. We have something pinned here, I think. Because we shouldn't see any... Oh, no, that's X rotation. Because I feel like we can offset... No, they're probably fine. I think the offset feels... I think it's fine. So anyway, we don't need X rotations. Good morning, Kirby. We need Y. We don't need Z. We can delete those, and then we'll still enter a start and last frame. I just want to clean up the graph a little bit. We don't need scale at all. We don't need X location or Y location, just Z. So that should at least clean up the graph a little bit. Then at the beginning of the animation, we'll put a keyframe on everything. End of the animation, we'll put a keyframe on everything. Just to fill it in for Unreal Engine, so weird stuff doesn't happen. Okay, so we have our next page. Let's keep a little checklist of our to-do and our done. How are you this morning, Kirby? So we got our animate up. We have our next page. So now I guess we do animate up without buttons. I don't know that I'm going to use the animation without the left right buttons. I would like it so that it's context sensitive, so if they don't have enough stuff unlocked, the left right buttons aren't there because there's no reason to clutter the interface. So that's why I added all of this extra work for myself. Let's see, 8:49, we got plenty of time. Okay, so let's animate up without the buttons. So we will go to our dope sheet. I think it's Shift F, nope, Shift F10 is textures. Dope sheet is Shift F12. I'll remember that one of these days. So we want our animate up action. And we want to just duplicate it. Animate up, no buttons. Let's just keep the names, let's just name them FT for fist table, animate up, and then no buttons. So we can have like a little code to keep the name shorter for Unreal Engine. So the file names, when they're imported, don't cause folder structure issues. And we can rename these. So we could do FT next page. And we could do FT animate up. Now we have no buttons, which means we just select all of the button dudes. Those don't start animating up until we can get rid of this image editor. Now those don't start animating up until around here. So we can just delete all of these keyframes and the buttons won't animate up. So then we can just take these. Cool, that's that one done. Don't need Explorer. Okay, we need an animate down. My reasoning for the not animating up with the discs flipped is because we're never going to need that. We can always animate up with the discs in their proper orientation. And we probably don't need buttons animating out and in, but I might as well make the containers for it just to have it in case we do need it later. And it's easy enough. Most of this is just copy paste work. So now we need animate down. This one's gonna be tricky. We're gonna probably have to do this one from scratch. Also, let's make our screen look a little bit prettier on stream. I'll toggle full screen. Okay. Alright, animate down. We gotta do it at some point. Once we get all the base animations, all of the copies with different parameters are going to be fairly easy, because that's just modifying the graphs after we're done. So let's duplicate animate up, and we'll call this animate down. So the core ones are animate down, animate up, next page, previous page, and idle. Those are the hard ones because we have to make those from scratch. The rest of them are basically just copy pasted versions of those with different parameters. And then we have the fun task of putting it all together in the animation graph editor in Unreal Engine, in our state machine. Okay, I need to just bite the bullet and do it. This is gonna be hard. I mean, let's go ahead and just try reversing it and see what happens. You know? There's some things I would change. That actually works surprisingly well. We are going to need to do some of the... like right here? Yeah, I think we can just modify this. Cool. Alright, so these bad boys... Well, first of all, let's fix the animation of these. So you, sir. Let's see. We end up back here. So let's look at our graph editor. Oh, easy fix. Same with this one. Should be an easy fix. Just smooth out the graph, right? So for that, we can just do linear interpolation and then go back to, nope. Linear, move it a little bit. No, the handles are still wrong. Damn, I was hoping we could just reset the handles or something. Whatever, we can just smooth it out manually. It's not too much work. So that should at least prevent some weirdness. Okay, so now let's work on you. Just smooth it out. We probably don't even need all these extra keyframes. I am surprised at how decent this looks, though. I do want to, this final rotation right here, I want to have it go the opposite direction. So use, we'll just, let's see, he goes up 180, we'll just have it go down 180. Let's look at where it is on the graph. Cool. Maybe even have it start a little bit earlier. Nah. We can have it ease into it a little bit more. Good morning, Mobius. How are you this morning? I feel like we don't even need the rotation at the end for this guy. Let's just set these to 0. I feel like the rotation really only looks necessary from animating up. Okay, making good progress on this one. Let's fix the graph on all of these little table doohickeys. This one looks fine. Graph-wise, viewport, not so much. So I feel like we want to animate these back. Doing good, just woke up. I feel that. Which these still have some weirdness to them as well. It would appear. Oh, I think it's this one. Yeah, there we go. We found the culprit. So that at least gets rid of the weird bouncing. Now we just need to line things up. Yes, so yeah, what we're doing this morning is making all of these different animations that we need for this fist table before I import it into the engine. So part of me wonders if when it's collapsing, here, let's duplicate this. Right now, it's not making sense that these are collapsing inward first if the force is coming from out here. Right now, it just looks like it's a reversed version of the animate up, which it is. So I think we need to order these differently so that these push this over this guy into these guys, and then this one would get covered up last, I think. So let's try it. You shouldn't start until you're covered up. And that technically overlaps. Gross. Damn, I don't think that's going to work out. Unless, just push it back or something. Sorry, my hands are very dry. I gotta keep them moisturized. I didn't want to have the audio on to make weird lotion noises. I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. We can have these animate earlier. Because, although this is, which one is this? It's that one. Great. So we can have the rotations. Because we need this guy's rotation to start earlier. Which means... because we already need it to be down by now. Even earlier. Wow. So we can either do that earlier or start the collapsing later. Which would push us out to not even 3 seconds. 60 times 3 would be 180, right? Yeah. Yeah, not even 3 seconds. That's fine. I don't know what MEPS is. I'm browsing Amazon for this morning. I was trying to rework my lighting. I want to get like a good rim light, which means I need to get my light this way more. Because right now it's more of just an edge light. But to do that, I have to put it on camera, which causes issues. So I'm thinking if I can get my light mounted to the wall, but above where the camera can see, then I can get a pretty decent rim light potentially. So that's what I'm looking at right now. I wonder. There's not an easy way to do that. They test to make sure you're physically okay for the military. Oh shit. Wow. I didn't know you were in the military. That's cool. I think this is... So then we can shift the animation back on these. Still joining. I gotcha. We can probably make the motion downward take less time to move the rotations over just a couple frames. Last step before basic training That's pretty cool. Is basic like boot camp or? Oh, I think we have these in the wrong order. I think we want to rotate. Yeah, since we're rotating in like that. I think we want to rotate out first, then in. Yeah, okay, that's the issue. Okay. Yeah, so if we reverse the order of this to move these. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and rotate this guy in. Okay, you need to happen a little bit earlier, sir. Which means these need to happen a little bit earlier. Which means these need to happen a little bit earlier. Which means the scaling down needs to happen a little bit earlier. Let's see. Oh man, this is so tough. It might have been easier to just restart. Let's see here. Just right now, it doesn't feel like there's enough overlapping action. I guess we can make the rotations faster. That's always an option too. Then offset like that, like that. And then make the fully on collapsing take longer, potentially, or at least start a little bit earlier. No, I guess if we're moving in first, the order of these was correct. So it'd be you, then you, then you. We can make these take longer again. I think the motion down can take shorter. And overlap less, honestly. So let's see the next one. 1, 2, 3, maybe. Maybe 4. Which all of these should still match up in duration. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I think the second they go down, we have to start the rotations. We're gonna probably have to overlap the motion with the rotation. Let's grab these and do Y Euler rotation, or Euler rotation technically, and then overlap these. Which means I think we take all of these keyframes and move them close. And then I think we start the rotations about halfway through the middle pedestal. We can make these rotations take a little bit longer. And then we can start the collapsing earlier. So probably like right around here. Oh, we don't want to mess with the buttons. Okay. pretty good. Ugh. We got some cleaning up to do for sure. This looks messy as hell. And we need this table to flip earlier. Honestly, have it start before the... Oh, wait, after. So... 1, 2, 3. That should prevent any weird collisions. Oh, these guys need to back up a little bit, but I think that'll be fine. Oh, they need to happen earlier. Although, I mean, once we fix the animation on these... What is this one? Z. Because we do need to fix the spacing from screwing up. It seems about right. It's not perfect. It jumps right there. Not sure why. We may need to, oh, is that because... What's the graph for you look like? Oh, that's messy. We don't want it to start rotating yet. So we'll have to move this back. We can try just moving this back. Now. Yeah, there we go. Of course, now that collides. There we go. Even one more just to prevent the illusion of intersection. That looks good. And let's see. What is extending? We have our Euler rotation extending past the beginning, which we don't want. That looks pretty cool. Maybe we can move the buttons even earlier. Because we kind of just want the table to get off screen. Let's see what happens if we move these to the very beginning. I think it looks better there. Now, let's fix the spacing on all of these bad boys. You. And that is what we want. We want it to sort of snap into place at the end there. Which means you, sir. We're just going to delete all of these in between frames and try to match this up to the best of our ability. It's probably not going to stay perfect, so we'll have to add some adjustments. So like right here, we want to add an adjustment. And then, I guess like right here. Does that still do any right there? That acts a little bit weird. But with this many guide points, we should be able to get it pretty solid. Right here at the end, which is surprising. Which is going to cause some issues. I wonder if now that we changed the end frame, if we scale this out, if it'll just match. Throughout. No, not quite. Which means now so I want this to stay pretty consistent. Would have been better to rig this up with constraints, I think. But more time consuming at the end of the day. For something that we only have to do once, I'm fine just manually fixing the animation. Okay, now your turn. Just go to the middle here and match this up. So honestly, part of the issue is the end frame here isn't lined up enough. Is that good enough? Good morning. How are you this morning, Tuxie? That's looking pretty good. Let's line this up just a little bit more. Getting a little cold. That's not good. Let's take some zinc or something to keep that immune system up. Okay, that looks pretty solid. Now they all stick together. Long week in the chills finally got to you. Where do you think you got the cold? That's not super fun. Did I get snow? I did not. We got no snow. No snow for Chris and Rebecca. So now I need to animate this to keep it lined up here. So let's go to the last frame and line it up. Because that seems to be where a lot of the problem's coming from. So sick of snow. Do you still have some or something? I'm a little bit jealous. I would have loved to have gotten some snow. I don't want snow now, since people are coming over tonight. But snow would have been cool earlier this week. Are you going to that streamer networking thing today? Okay, we're gonna have to. What the hell is going on here? That's fun. I would go if they didn't throw it on my birthday weekend. It sounds fun. There's some weirdness going on here. I don't feel like this is the whole picture. Gotta finish a commission. So like an art thing? Why are you misbehaving? Oh, it's not this that's wrong. It just looks like it's going in because of the trap door. That's fun. Are you playing D&D these days? I've played like once in my life, and I enjoyed it enough. Why is that jumping the shark right there? Which also, I mean, we can go ahead and just get rid of all these keyframes. That's cool. Yeah, I would, I enjoyed it the one time I did it. It just, it's a large commitment if you do it regularly. You have 2 campaigns you're in currently? My weekly nerding is just playing Magic, honestly. Okay, I'm just gonna manually add some points here. Try to keep these lined up. Oh, okay. This is such a bitch. Trying to join more campaigns? How do you even like keep them all separate in your mind? I feel like I would struggle to do more than one. Yeah, animation is hard, y'all. Sometimes you just have to go in and manually set keyframes, and it's a pain in the ass. But I think it's easier than trying to get the curve right now. This forces it to go the right way. I'm also a perfectionist. No one in a million years is ever going to notice that this isn't perfectly lined up when it's in motion. As long as it doesn't look weird and bouncy. Okay. So that's the curve we were going for the whole time. They're just completely different to you. It's all D&D. You're not doing like different tabletop RPGs. I know some people will do like Cyberpunk and other tabletop RPGs. I don't know that many of them. Because I guess every campaign is like wildly different anyway. What the frick? Why are you the way you are? All D&D, but one of them is 3.5. So it's a different system. What's the current version of the game? I know Wizards tried to monetize it last year and walked back on their promise because people were outraged. Wizards is owned by Hasbro, which is bad for everyone. Okay, I think that's better. Okay. Currently 2024, which is basically 5.1. Damn. Made a rework of 5th edition last year. Are the between versions, are the changes pretty major? I'm actually really curious. It's probably still more or less the same game, right? Okay, so now you... Okay, we have to fix that separation too. Let's go ahead and fix this one. We're just gonna manually do it. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. That's too damn bad. You sign up to be an animator, this is what you're getting yourself into. A whole bunch of tedious keyframing. Even a lot of times in like character animation and stuff, sometimes the software in betweening won't do what you want. You just gotta bite the bullet and do it yourself. Still better than drawing every frame though. Oh, I added a bunch of stuff to 3rd edition. Do they make like balance tweaks and stuff? Or I guess it's really more up to like the play group. If I force it to do everything on a frame by frame basis, then the curve will be exactly right. Oh, that explains a lot, I think. Can just come in and manually smooth these out. It should help some. Okay, so that should track pretty well now. It's not perfect. Dagnabbit. That's like one frame. Why is that friggin'? So your value is 28. So I'll match that. There we go. They changed your past favorite spell. Ugh, what class do you play? I guess you're different in the different campaigns, probably. The one time I played, I was Paladin Turtle. It was pretty fun. I played an overly religious character, which is exact opposite of my personality. Okay, you now. We can come in here. Let's take a look at these rotations. Fifth edition campaigner, and you play as a human bard. Bards for the win. Wasn't Chris Pine technically a bard, I guess, in the D&D movie? That movie was really fun. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Especially in 40x. Okay, that works. For that side, now I gotta do the other side. And this is something the players probably never even gonna see unless they punch something, unless they hit the start button and immediately turn around. So I don't know why I'm putting so much effort into this. It's because I'm dumb sometimes. Because the player is facing this direction, like this direction when they're looking at the start button. So they're like looking over here. They hit the start button, this thing collapsed. Most people aren't even going to turn around in time to see it collapse. This is just extra detail for the sake of it. The only animation most people are gonna see is the next and previous page. I'm an overachiever. And I woke up at 6 something this morning, messing with my lights, which I still haven't gotten positioned how I want. I really want to get that rim light further behind me, but I need to mount it from the ceiling for that, I think. Mount it from the ceiling or to the back wall so that it's not on camera with the stand. Or get like a boom mic stand of some sort, like a T stand. I was looking at things like maybe something like this, but that's further over so it can like reach really far and then I can mount the light to that. Need one with like a longer rod. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting too. That's oh, hey, this is the company that makes the light that I'm using. That could be interesting. And I need it to get high enough up. There's no one to do it to my wall. I need it. Oh, this goes up 10 feet. Hell yeah, this might be the answer. Would need to figure out. I guess if it's mounted sideways like this, that's fine. And then it looks like this pole can go all the way out. Yeah, I think that might be my answer right here. So I was thinking about getting like a wall mount. You don't like the overly sexual character? You're the straight man of the party trying to keep your actions civil and not illegal. What fun is that? This looks promising. Let's see what the reviews are at 4.8. Let's see. So that goes up. If this can reach 10 feet high, then I can definitely get it off camera, but behind me. That might be the answer. I'd also need some weighted sand. Oh, I have weighted sandbags to keep the stand down when the weight is disproportionate. That might be the answer. I was thinking just mount the light to my wall on like a track or something. Then I have to drill into the wall. I did get a bonus this month since I get quarterly bonuses. Could buy it as a birthday present to myself. Does it reach far enough over? That's a question. That's 4 feet. It's probably fine. Let's see. This one's discounted. This looks like exactly the same thing. Just brand. $10.8 feet. What's the difference between this one and the other one? That's $151. 4.2 feet, 128 centimeters. Holding arm, 2 grip head. I think it just comes with more. Yeah, I'll have to look at this. I need to get back to work. So I would like to get a proper rim light just to separate me from the background without just illuminating the side of my face. Okay, 9:54. I've got about 2 hours left. I think we have, once we finish adjusting these, I think we have our animate down. Which means we need to adjust this one now. Why is this one an entire 2 frames earlier than this one? What's going on there? Because these should match up. So this goes to 40. This should go to 40. Which means something's not right. These should line up as well. Pretty much. They do. Something's not right here. Oh, interesting. Did I offset these by accident? Interesting. No. Oh no. Let's see. 22.6 minus 19. I have to redo a lot. God damn it. Here, let's just copy this guy's frames to match up with these ones. So copy you, paste you, make you positive. Nice. Insert. We can go ahead and delete these. I think. Let's double check. So next turn is 57, which we do have a frame for. Delete those. Copy you. Paste you. Insert. And then, let's see. Copy, paste. It was already about there anyway. And Should be right on the money. Which means we have to redo some things. Ah. On the bright side, you're all moot. We should just be able to control C and then paste flipped. We can go ahead, delete all of these. Say copy, paste flipped. Copy, paste flipped. Uh-oh. Should. No, not quite. Or is that different now? Flippin' the heck. Oh shit, this one's not supposed to have a frame here. I have an idea. What if we copy these frames, paste these frames, and then scale based on cursor. Now it should match perfectly. Perfect. Okay, we can do the same thing for all of these. So we can take you, copy those frames, paste those frames, it's not perfect. No, it's pretty good. Now, take you. We fixed these, right? Like they match up pretty well now? Yeah. And copy. Paste. Go ahead and delete these. Again, not perfect. So let's work on this a little bit. Let's do some manual keyframing. So looks good. Okay, so now copy those. Paste. Alright, so now take you. You need me to bring anything for tonight? Oh! I don't know, we've got cake, pizza, meatballs, buffalo chicken dip, and chips. 2 drinks, and we're gonna do Jello shots as well. So anything else you want to, or feel free to not bring anything too. We have plenty. If there's anything that you want there, feel free to bring that. I'm glad to hear you're coming. I was kind of I wasn't sure since you had the streamer thing this afternoon. I've got some new board games to play tonight, which is gonna be fun. I bought one called Abduction, which is a game about abducting little rubber ducks. Nice. This one's really fun. And then I bought this one I haven't tried yet, but I bought Tiny Laser Heist, which is a game where you have to pull off little museum heists. And then I also bought all these games are from the same company. These guys make really fun games. Bought Ransom Notes, which is kind of like Cards Against Humanity, but you have a pile of words and a little magnet board. So you have to, using only the words you have to answer the prompts. Like, explain to a child how giving birth works. A lady squeezed. So this one sounded fun too. I'm excited. It should be fun. Okay. Let's you would dominate that game? I haven't played it yet. I have a feeling it's gonna be harder than I think it is to come up with something that actually fits the prompt with just a word bank. I'm generally pretty good at those kind of things though. I was pretty great at improv. Okay, I think that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and copy the Z. And then paste the Z. And flip it. Oh no, what happened? Did we just want the Z. Paste the Z. Flip it. Why is that causing issue? Oh, we wanna... Why is that pasting into all 3 rotation channels? There we go, okay. And I can finally give you your Christmas present, Sean. I think you'll like it. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. I think. Let's make sure nothing's intersecting or overlapping too much. I think this is it for the down animation. That took a lot longer than I was hoping. Oh, let's make sure these hands stick basically in place. They do, it looks like. I just can't believe we're already at the end of January. I mean, I don't think the world's gonna last through the rest of the year, given the current political state of things, but 2025 is flying. Okay, that's good. That looks good to me. That animates down by 134, which is an improvement for the animate up. This is basically 2 seconds. Cool. Cool. We can figure out what these keyframes belong to. Looks like they're unimportant. We can just move them back over. Why are you still animating? Oh, we can collapse these. Okay. Insert for everything at the beginning and end. That's our down animations. Let's take a look at our list here. We have animate down. That's one of our core animations. So now we need to do a previous page. Yes, we're going to knock out the core animations first, and then the rest of these are copy paste with different parameters. So the rest of these should go pretty fast. Let's go ahead and do previous page. So for that, we'll bring up our next page, I think. Yeah. Shift F12, I remembered this time. So our next page to swap between cosmetics. That looks pretty cool to me. Now let's, oh, whoa. Okay, that is saved. The little F next to it tells you that it's gonna be protected if you close the... Yay, core animation, ding! I need like a ding sound effect. Cool, that works for me. Previous page. So now we're gonna duplicate next page and say prev page. No reason to spell out previous. That's too many syllables, you know? And then I think what we do is go to the animation and the graph editor for these. And we just take the Y Euler animation and animate it the other direction. So they're down 180. You made a drawing for the girlfriend? You can. I don't know if she clicks on the stream or not. Sometimes she lurks. I can keep things a secret. Okay. So we want to get these up to 180. So I'm just gonna say GY 360. So now, bam, previous page. Oh, nice. Yeah, she'll love that. Okay. So now I think we want to start on this end for previous page, right? It's to match the quilt she got. Yeah, I think she'll love that. I think we want to start here. This one's first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So how many frames is that offset? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then you're not part of it. You got some cool news. So I think make all of them go at once. I'm gonna go and save real quick. What's the deal here? Don't need that keyframe. And then this one should be 12. So now we offset in the opposite direction. I think it'll look better. Oh. Are you gonna tell us your cool news? Grandpa found a beat up 99 Chevy Astro van. That's pretty cool. I want to see what that looks like. Oh, that's fun. And I was hoping it was gonna be like one of those like retro looking vans. Something like this. Like the Volkswagen, I guess. But that's pretty cool too. Nice. Is it a free van for you? Like, is he just doing it for free? Because that's pretty sick, if that's true. Cars are expensive. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be better. Okay, so we have our previous page. Let's go ahead and insert at the start. Let's see, it finishes around here. Z location. So we can just cut off everything after. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so this will be previous page done. That's a core animation. Paying for any repairs he can't make and has to get a mechanic to do. I believe in him. He's got this. He can do all of it. All right, we've got. I just need. Oh, and then idle animations are easy. Those hardly even count as core animations. Uh-oh. Y'all can't see my text messages. I need to. Good Telegram. Okay, let's. All right, we can just start knocking these out now. So we can animate down without buttons. So let's go ahead and do that. So we grab our animate down. We duplicate it, and we say no buttons. You're paying. Oh, you already read that. We animate down with no buttons. So all we have to do is select the buttons and delete the frames. Delete these frames. Scale these frames out and move them back to 0. Oh, something looks funny. No, okay, looks fine. Okay, cool. That's done. Let's keep these categorically together. So animate up, no buttons, animate down, no buttons. So now animate down with discs flipped. We don't need an animate up with discs flipped because we can always animate up, reset on the discs. So the reason for this, let me show you. So like our next page. When we texture these, let me bring up Substance Painter. It would be very difficult to make the tops and bottoms of these discs identical and have them look cool. So when the pages flip, I can't just have them snap to the other side when it animates down or switches pages or whatever. So what I have to do is have animations of everything with the discs in this orientation and with the discs in this orientation, so that no matter what we do, we can go to the proper animation. So that's why I have this giant list of copy paste. So let's animate down with the discs flipped. So let's okay, we got our animate down, no buttons. We need to protect. Let's do animate down. And then for this, we should be able to just copy all of these. Or just take all of these, go to the graph editor, and then take our Y Euler animation and just move it up 180 degrees. Let's double check on all these discs. Let's make the bottoms of these different color. So I'm gonna assign a new material here, and we're gonna make the viewport display of these blue so that it's easier to keep track of. Where's my little viewport tab? Preview. Wow, everything is backwards right now. That's weird. Right, so anyway, viewport display is blue. Yeah, and then we'll do that for all of these discs. Material, we'll just say a blue display. Just so we know what we're looking for, and I don't have to remember. It's good to stay organized. And we are going to have to reapply the regular material before we export this, This is worthwhile for animating these so we don't get confused. Okay, so animating down with the discs flipped from where they would be. We should just be able to take all these and say GY 180. So now the discs are flipped, they animate, they go down. And we're going to have sockets on either side of the discs for the fists that are there. So only the side that is currently up will have anything attached to it in game. That's stuff we'll have to figure out in Unreal Engine. Okay, so let's animate down with discs flipped. That's done. I told you once we got the core animations done, this was going to be easy. So then we need animate down with discs flipped, no buttons. Oh, and let's name this animation. Oh, we just changed this on our core animate down. I feel dumb. Let's duplicate animate down. Underscore flip discs. Make this protected. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now if we go to our, I'm just gonna open a copy of the action editor so we can swap between actions and still have access to the graph editor really easily. We want this to be action editor. This is animate down, flip to discs. So now we do animate down, no buttons. We'll make flipped discs the last suffix. And for suffixes, we can just put we don't need extra underscores. So now we can just take our buttons, delete these keyframes. We have our flipped discs animate down with no buttons. So now we need next page, no buttons. Let's grab our next page animation. We'll duplicate it and say underscore no buttons. We already have the proper bones selected. Oh, we're gonna have to. Oh my god, you guys. That's from Legally Blonde, and I have it stuck in my head ever since I saw that live by like a local playhouse. It was like a year and a half ago or something. That song is so catchy. Alright, we're gonna have to copy a pose. So let's do our no buttons. We should just be able to copy these keyframes. Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys. And then go, next page, no buttons. Select these again. paste. Delete those. Now, okay, next page, cool. Next page, no buttons, nice. Make sure we have this protected. Oh man, I am hungry. I'll get to eat for an hour and a half though. Next page with discs flipped. So let's open our next page. And we'll duplicate it and say FD. So for this, we want to start with them on the blue side. Move that up. Cool, that's done. We need flipped discs, no buttons. Now we go to the no buttons, duplicate that, flip discs, protected, GY 180. Cool. That's done. We're making progress. Next page, no buttons. Flip discs. Previous page, no buttons. Oh, we got a lot of animations here. Ah, man. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm gonna have to drink caffeine before the party tonight if I want to stay awake. I'm getting old. Right, previous page. And we want previous page with no buttons. So now we take these. I think we still have, yeah, we do still have that in the copy buffer. Nice. I did not make a duplicate of the previous page though, so here we go. Okay, paste, duplicate that across. Now we have previous page, no buttons. Cool, that one's done. Then we have previous page with discs flipped. So let's open our previous page, duplicate it, underscore flip discs. Select all these little bad boys. GY minus 180, honestly. Yeah. Cool. Protect that. Mark it off as done. Previous page, disc flipped, no buttons. So now we go to our no buttons. Minus 180. Oh, no, we gotta duplicate it first. NBFD. No big fucking deal. That works for me. Done. Okay, buttons animate out, buttons animate in. Do I even need that? And it's worth having, just in case I need it. And we also need buttons animate out, discs flipped. Buttons animate in, discs flipped. I need like a bajillion animations for one little thing that nobody's ever even gonna see. I'm an overachiever. I'm a hungry overachiever. I'm gonna get a granola bar and use the restroom. We'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Oh, I need granola bar. Went to the bathroom and then forgot that I needed the granola bar, which is how we ended up here. Blocked and reported that guy. Every time I submit a report, like 10 minutes later, I get like a account banned note from Twitch for those accounts that I report. So that's good that they're actually doing something about it. It won't actually do anything. These guys probably have thousands upon thousands of accounts, but every little bit helps. Okay, buttons animate out. Oh, what happened? Just some guy going, "Hey, buy viewers here." Basically, it's a spam bot. I should always report and ban them. You can see on the, I don't know if it's still in the Twitch chat or not, but you can see it right there. Best viewers on whatever the fuck that website is. Yo, what's up, Enzelot? How you doing? Alright, what was I doing? Where were we? Buttons animate out. Okay, so let's start at our animate up, I guess. Yeah. This is how we do it. We can select everything except for the buttons. Oh, we need to duplicate it first. I say FT buttons out. Buttons anim out. I'm trying to avoid long. I'll just say butt animate out. Because I'm trying to avoid long file names. You just had a genius thought? Let's hear it. What's your genius thought? Get a Mike Tyson cameo in the game? Man, I don't have that kind of money. So we just want the buttons animating out. So I'm gonna deselect the buttons, which I know sounds counterintuitive. And then delete all. Oh, wait for it to actually be finished animating. Delete all keyframes. So now we just have the buttons animating out themselves. And we can have that start way back here at 0. Cool. He's willing to pimp out his legacy to lose to Jake Paul. I'm probably pimp it out for cheaper on a game. You're not wrong. That would be funny. We can end this animation at 40. And then select everything, insert a frame. Cool. Animate out. Buttons animate out. That one's done. Buttons animate in. So for that, we just flip it. So duplicate, animate in. That works for me. Buttons animate out with the discs flipped. So let's open up our animate out, duplicate it, underscore flipped discs. Have our discs rotated 180 degrees. And then buttons animate in flipped disks. You can do it. I can do what? Idle button. We have to do an idle with the buttons out, an idle with the buttons in, and then disk flipped and disk. Okay, so I can do Coke. So we'll just say buttons animate in. We'll duplicate it and we'll just say idle, but you're also learning blending, a newbie. All right, so we have our idle animation, which means we need no keyframes. And we can just have idle last like 20, we'll just have it last a second, I guess. Probably doesn't need to be that, but it'll just loop indefinitely when we're in the engine. So we have our idle with our buttons out. So then we need idle, buttons out, disks flipped. Yeah, I've never used Blender before in my life. This is my first day. Idle, buttons out, disks flipped. And then we need buttons in. So for that idle, we'll just go to back to our buttons animation. And we'll duplicate that and we'll say idle, no buttons. Where are you from? That sounds like a personal question. I'm from, I live around Atlanta, Georgia in the United States. All right, so no buttons, idle, cool, cool, cool. And we need idle, buttons in, disks flipped. So now we can just take our disks. Oh, let's duplicate the animation, NBFD, no big fucking deal. No buttons, flip disks. That's what it actually stands for. Cool. That's all of the animations we should need. So let's run through these, make sure everything is keyframed at the beginning and end of the animations. So we'll start at the top, go to animate down, insert at the start, insert at the end, just to make sure everything is keyed at the start and end. I don't think I need to keyframe these bones because they're constrained. I don't know. Probably fine. We'll find out once we get into the engine. Animate down. Insert things at start and finish. Animate down, no buttons. Insert there. Play through just to make sure it looks fine. All right, animate down, no buttons, flipped disks. Make sure it looks fine, Animate up, good. Is there a need for UI UX in the US? Probably. I feel like that's a decently. I feel like people probably need UI UX work. I don't, but that's because I'm dumb and do everything myself. That'll work. So now, animate up, no buttons. Make sure there's a keyframe inserted for everything. Animate in. Looks good. Buttons animate in with flipped disks. Looks good. Buttons animate out. Insert a keyframe. Insert a keyframe. Looks good. Out with flipped disks. Looks good. Need idle. Just double check that there's frames on everything. Idle flip disks. No buttons. Why is this only going to 40? It should go to 60. Shit. Okay, idle goes to 60. Idle flipped disks goes to 60. Idle, no buttons, goes to 60. Idle. Oh, no. Can I help you with that? No. I don't have time to do work for other people. I'm very busy. Next page. Next page with flipped disks. Next page, no buttons. Next page, no buttons, flipped disks. Why did I decide to make the table look like this? I could have made this a lot easier on myself. Previous page, flipped disk. I mean, we're done with the animations. It's just, it was a lot of work. And if anything, if I decide to change anything, it's a lot of work. Because then we have to change it for everything. Okay, I think that's all of it. Don't you guys where you can download textures for free? Polyhaven has some. Not a ton, but they have some. Oh, I guess they have a decent amount. It's just polyhaven.com. And then they have different categories. If you just go to Polyhaven, you'll want to go to assets and textures. And they also have HDRIs, and they even have some free 3D models. Wow, they've gotten a lot more stuff since the last time I checked. Cool. And most of the stuff is Creative Commons 0, which means you can use it for anything and attribution is not required. But I would double check on the licenses before you download things. Okay. Cool. Got our animations done. Now we have to do a state machine. Are they all free? Yeah, they are. Great website. Sorry for disturbing. No, you're not disturbing me. Gotta figure out what I want to do next here. I've got like an hour left before I need to finish the stream. So I think we export these textures. Which we can always come back and modify these textures later. That's easy. I just want like a base material to work from for now when we take it into the engine. Textures, I'll say this table new. And then we want Unreal Engine format name. Export, open output directory. There's all of our textures. Neat. So then we can, I guess, make sure the proper material is applied to each of these. Which it looks like they are. So now we can get rid of the second material on these. And we export, which I found out I don't think I need to actually rig it. I think we can just use the parent-child relationships that we already have and it should be fine. So we should be able to just select all this stuff. Just everything that we need. I think I have it all in a collection, actually. Unwrapped, we can just select all this stuff. That should be the whole shebang. We don't want the buttons. We're going to import those separately so that the player can interact with them. Then we'll select the armature. And we should be able to just say file export FBX. We're going to put this under FIS table redesign. We'll just say FIS table UE. Just FIS table. Fuck it, I don't care. Selected objects, mesh, and armature. Z is up. Face normals, armature, and we do want to export all actions. That should be correct. If not, we'll rework it. I'm going to export that. Bring up Visual Studio. Open our project. Let me hit run. Let it do its thing. All right, engine is up. Now, the hard part. So let's make a new folder. This table new. I know, not the best naming convention. Import our fist table. Skeletal mesh, mesh. Don't care about a physics asset. We do want to import animations. The range should be the animated time. Import meshes and bone hierarchy. All of this looks correct. Fingers crossed. Might need to rename the armature now that I think about it. What did I have it named? Armature unlock table? No, that should be fine. I have a million animations, so it's going to take a second. Give it a second. Damn, it's taking a sweet ass time, huh? I hope I didn't screw up. Doot, 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 doot. Why is it? Did I not do selected only? I did. So why is it worried about the pedestal? Probably also should have named these objects a little better. Oh? Oh. I started doing stuff on the other screen, so then it moved that little pop-up to the other screen. That's weird. I haven't seen that happen before. I forgot to update my stock market chart yesterday. So I'm gonna do that. Oh shit, hell yeah. There we go. Okay. Let's take a look at these. And let's rename them. Oh, wow, I hit save, and that was a mistake. Oof. Okay, we're gonna have to actually rig this, I think. There is some funkiness. And no mistakes, only happy accidents. Yeah, okay, let's just actually rig it. I was not looking forward to having to do that, but I think it's important. Damn, okay. We have all of our animations done at least, so now we can save this as 13. Lucky number. And let's go ahead and rig it, I suppose. So for that, we want to put this in rest position. Hard things are worth doing. Sometimes. Yeah, this will be fine. So let's take all of our table and deep breath. Join. Make sure there are no modifiers on any of these, right? Just go through the list of everything. Oh, this one has modifiers. If that's the case, we need to apply these then. now select all of these and we'll merge them, I guess, to here. That'll be fine. Alright, I have one big merged ass thing. Let me turn off normals for the display. And let's get to work. So we are going to go to our vertex groups. We're going to clear all of these groups. We're gonna parent. Oh, that's Alt P to clear parent first. We're gonna parent, and we're just going to do empty groups. Here we go. So this one is going to be to arm, I want to say R. Let me unhide this group real quick. Okay, so this is arm R. Okay, arm L. Cool, cool. And this is going to be platform hider. So we'll select you and say arm R platform hider, assign. Arm L platform hider, assign. Cool. Let's go back to rest position. So now arm base rotator, R. I guess, yeah, R. Arm R base rotator. And this will be arm L base rotator. This is arm. So that'll just be arm R. Arm. Arm L, arm. And this is wrist. This will be arm R, wrist. Arm L, wrist. And this is arm hand rotator. So we arm R hand rotator. Arm L hand rotator. And now if we go out of rest position, the arm should work. Yep, it does. I got to do the rest. You are table center. Looks nice. Appreciate it. Yeah, we had it all done, and the animations are still done. We're just actually rigging the mesh to the skeleton rather than being lazy like I was. This is table center, just straight up table center. And this is pedestal center. This is going to be table center right, I think. Table center left. Did it from this direction. Boy, oh boy, why did I make that decision? Center left. It won't matter past the rigging stage. Just, yikes. Ugh. So then this will be pedestal center left. This will be table left. This will be pedestal left. This will be table far left. Naming conventions here. This will be bone. How do you intend to use this model? I can show you. So this is a upgraded, better version with more functionality. But in my VR game, you can unlock different cosmetics, different cosmetic hands to use, or fists to punch things with, and they have different particle effects and stuff. So I hit simulate real quick. This is the old version of the table. This is where the player can select which cosmetic they want to use. And then these pedestals will rotate if they like switch pages. So the new table model adds a little button right here to toggle the leaderboards. So you can either see the top 10 or where you are on the leaderboard. And then I added left and right buttons, so if you unlock more than the 5 fists, you can switch pages. And then there's also a little radio here now, once I get that implemented, so you can punch it to change the lobby music. Appreciate it. Where was I? We just assigned that to bone, I think. Now we have end cap left. And then we have to do, let me double check to make sure here. Put this back in pose position. Yep, okay, so those are all properly rigged now on the right. Now we gotta do the left. And we have to do the buttons with the hinges. All right, so let's put this back in rest position. This one is center right. Table center right. This one is table right. This one is pedestal right. This one should be pedestal center right, if that exists. This one will be far right, I believe. Yep. And then what is this? This is LB expander. And we can ignore assigning anything to the button because we're adding the buttons later in engine so that the player can interact with them. And this one should be end cap right. And then did I miss anything? We have the buttons we still have to do, but let's just double check that we got this correct. Yeah, so the radio is not parented to anything currently, but that's fine. So now let's go ahead and parent the buttons. So this part of the hinge is going to go to table left. What did I just do? Goes to table left. This part goes to, what did I name this? Button hinge right. Oh no, my shading is wrong here. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna have to fix the shading on that. Ugh, that's the whole thing. Speaking of, just recalculate normals on everything. Yeah, we'll fix that in a second. That's gonna be really hard. We're gonna have to do some manual normals. Ah! All right, anyway, button hinge left. I wish you could search vertex groups. Button hinge left. There we are. This is also going to be button hinge left. Hard things are worth doing. I appreciate the positive attitude. And then this is button rotator. Oh, this is right. Oh, mother. Button hinge right. Oh, man. No. Okay, button hinge left. Remove. These need to be button hinge right, because I named the buttons inverse of what I named the table. Button rotator right. Make sure we didn't screw anything up too hard. Okay, that works. I just have to do left. Let's put this back in rest position. Alright, so this will be table left, I believe, or table right. Table center right. And this will now we switch to left. This is button hinge left. And then button rotator left. And that should be everything properly assigned. Cool. Let it play through a couple times. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Looks correct to me. So now, let's fix the shading on this guy. Which is going to be very difficult. We have to basically manually set the normals from face for these. And then I have to figure out how to fix the corners. These we can shade flat. Alt-10, set from faces. Getting there. Yeah. Okay, that's mostly fixed. This is not as bad as I thought, I think. We're gonna need to split the normals here. You make this look easy. This is a little bit difficult here. Why is shading that flat not working? Oh, is it because it's an ingon? It's not good. Got some issues. And these are on the back. We can honestly just say shade flat. Let's see how much smooth by angle would affect things. If I just set this to 90. Keep sharp. Let's make these sharp. And then that's not quite right. So we should just be able to select these faces and set those from face. And that looks about right. Damn it. I think I need to fix the ingon here. And then mark these sharp. So then average face area looks correct now. That looks correct. Missing anything? Okay, now just fix the face here. Okay, I think that fixes it. Cool. I think we're good to go. We can probably just get rid of the smooth my angle here. Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. Okay. Make sure everything has the proper material assigned to it. So we have the arm. And we have the table. Looks correct. Now we should be able to just do a file, export, FBX, selected objects, mesh, Z up, all that shit, and do that. Wait for it to export. Am I strictly a hobbyist modeler, or did I develop these skills professionally? I make 3D marketing materials and animated promotional videos for a company for a living. Oh, it's my day job. This is just a project for fun. I'm gonna sell it on the Oculus store when I finish it, but it's only gonna be like $5 or $6. Now we can re-import and say where's my import animations? Fingers crossed. This is gonna take a minute because there's a million animations. But it should take less time than last time since it's all one mesh now. Because I had to sort of try to figure all that out and it failed miserably last time. And we also have our textures. What engine am I using? I'm using Unreal Engine 5, specifically the Oculus branch, since they have additional VR features. So I had to build it. Although this one, 5.3, my friend built, I built 5.4 but couldn't upgrade quite. There were some issues I didn't feel like fixing, so I'm probably just gonna lock in at 5.3 until I ship this game. I can also show you what the game looks like real quick. Gotta run a cable. Am I slinging code then too? Mostly doing node-based stuff. So it's similar. I don't know if you're familiar with Unreal Engine Blueprint. It's like similar flow to coding. Like you make functions, you make events, but it's all on a node graph. So a lot less prone to missing semicolons. Version mismatch. Fuck off. I mean, screw off. So we can get that to cast. Hey. So I'll show you what the game looks like right now. It's a simple arcade game. Don't use engines for your games, not familiar with the features of Unreal. That's fair. So we got like different cosmetics that you can unlock. You can have 2 different fists. Got different modes. The buttons feel really satisfying to use. I was happy with this. These are only available contextually, so if you need them, they're there. If not, they rotate out. Essentially, things appear. I still have to do PSO caching. You punch them away before they blow up, and then it gets harder over time. There's also lasers. I'll punch those. You combo by alternating which fist you punch with. So like that's a different one. You have to punch twice. And then different varieties show up at some point. It's a survival game mode. That's a fake out. Damn it. If you hit the targets, it increases how many points you get per second. You have to hammer punch that. This one you have to hit with the left hand. Oh shit! A lot of stuff came up. Uppercut. Right fist. Uppercut. Fake out. You can get rid of those by knocking them. They also disappear eventually, but it takes a while, so they're just obstacles that get in your way. Damn it. Damn it. I'm waiting for the coolest ones to show up. Oh, fuck. Oh, there we go. If you punch these ones, they split. Which is really fun. Oh, I can die now. So I unlocked some things. I'm going to change the unlock numbers. This is just for testing. Ugh. Oh, we have Blitz mode. which just starts at 100%. This one's a timed mode, so you're just trying to get as high of a score as possible in the allotted time. And then the targets increase how much time you have left. Hopefully it's still casting. Oh, I'm just gonna back out. I can show you the next mode. I'm out of breath. Oh. Like I said, I need to do PSO caching. I like this one because the colors animate. It looks cool. So challenge mode, you have just like some small challenges that you're trying to finish as fast as possible. I only have one in the game right now. I have plans for more, but it's like this one doesn't exist yet. But this one, a ring appears around you. You're trying to punch them all away as fast as you can, but there's a red one, and if you hit that one by accident, you fail. So it looks like this. Again, I need to do PSO caching. 4 seconds, not bad. Three seconds. Yeah, anyway, that's the game. It's sorry I couldn't check chat while I was doing that. That's the game. Those are the different modes. I'm gonna sell it for like $6. How do you feel about having a HUD for lives, points, status effects instead of having them sitting in the world? I don't like the view of the player to be crowded, so I prefer the screens in the world. Thanks in advance for the exercise the kids are gonna get. So that's the game. I think our thing imported, so we can look at our new fist table now. Yeah, the having the HUD in the world was a conscious decision after messing with it a lot. You could really go either way though. Let's see if these, okay, these look a lot better. Cool. So let's get the materials made. So for that, we'll make a new folder, say textures. Where did I put those? Open output directory. Usually I have music. That's why it feels so quiet this morning. Targets have different functionality in the first mode. Right now you have the targets. You have targets that increase your multiplier and targets that increase your health. Those only show up if you've lost health though. And then if your multiplier is above, I think 10 currently is the balancing it came out to, then the multiplier targets are just worth points. Having things that would do extra things definitely be cool. It's a little bit of scope creep for trying to get this shipped. I definitely agree it would be cool. That's maybe like a future thing. Let's go ahead and you're gonna hop off for a bit. All right, Mobius, I appreciate you hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of your day. I'm actually gonna get off here shortly and go do lunch and then get ready for my birthday party. Turning 34 on Monday. Monday? Monday. Yeah, I'm old as shit. Let's have to make these not sRGB. Here you on the scope creep. Yeah. So I'm just trying to finish version 1, get it out the door, which means right now finishing challenge mode. I appreciate it. Finishing challenge mode and finishing the unlocks. Then I can ship it. Oh, and PSO caching. PSO caching is going to be a really big thing. This one is already imported as a normal map, as is this. Cool. So now we can open up the materials. So this is fist table material. And we'll just drag in, we don't want arm, we want base color, which we're gonna do some logic on this that we did on everything else so that it's reactive to the lighting. All of my lighting is in the shaders since this is basically a mobile game. None of this is lit in the engine. This is all textures, and then I have global texture parameters to adjust the lighting rather than having real lighting and shadows. We have our emissive for the leaderboard text, which we're going to multiply by the light color at some point. Put that under emissive. We have our occlusion roughness metallic. Roughness metallic. Hit save. Now if we look at our table, the table should be there, the arm should not. So we take a look at, oh, that's the animation, but regardless, table textures are there, which is nice. Again, buttons we're going to add later as part of the blueprint rather than part of the skeletal mesh. So now, this table arm, grab base color. When I'm not streaming, normally I make full use of my multiple window setup here. Occlusion, roughness, metallic. Oh, I was gonna get music going. And then you can also do normal maps, I guess. This is a hero asset. Normally I void the normal maps on assets in this game because they're expensive for mobile, but gonna head out. This is a cool project. I appreciate it. Hope you have a good rest of your day, Ben. I'm gonna get off here shortly too and go heat up some lunch and then get the house cleaned because we got guests coming over. Also need to make jello shots. Okay. So now, if we look at, which we're going to modify this material later. So this is like switching pages when, ooh, that's oh no, that's correct. Okay, cool. I just wanted to slap something on here for now for implementing this into the game. Now we have to work on the animation state machine. We'll get started on that and then call it a stream. So let's make a new animation blueprint, I guess. This table. This is skeletal mesh. Skeleton? Create anim blueprint. There we go. FT anim BP. State machine time. So by default, we want this to be idle with the buttons out, I think, depending. I need to probably rename these so the names aren't so long. So I can actually tell what they are in the browser. Would be nice. When you import things from the FBX, the names get out of whack. So have to shrink them down. It just appends a bunch of stuff to the names. So many animations we're gonna have to connect. I want to ship the game with 10 different cosmetics that the players can unlock. So 2 pages worth, and then add over time. Okay. Blah. Got allergies up the wazoo. Yeah, so we want to start, I guess, just idle, right? Oh, we want a state machine first. State machine. Can we blend state machines? Shit, no way. Useful. Entry. We have idle. Can we add a condition to this? Can we have entry go to multiple? Because we want no idle with no buttons as an option. No, you can only have one that it enters to. So I guess at the beginning of the game, we'll have it go to buttons, animate. So we want to start with idle, no buttons, I think. I need to really organize here. I'll put the engine on the right screen and this on the left so you can see what I'm working on. So we'll start at idle, no buttons. Then if buttons are out, if we'll make a boolean for that. Then we buttons animate out. So we'll add a condition for that. We'll call this buttons out. By default, it's off. But if we, we have to compile, I guess. Oh, state machine. There we go. Okay, so by default, we're idle, no buttons. We check that. Buttons will animate out. Then after buttons animate out, this might be out of scope for this stream. I have to do this tomorrow if I wake up in time. Yeah, we got started. We got all the animations done and we got the state machines started. So that's pretty good. I think we're gonna call it there for the stream. I appreciate everyone for stopping by and hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your day, great rest of your weekend. I probably won't be live tomorrow. Teeny tiny chance. I'm gonna go make lunch and get ready for a birthday party. So hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.